I couldn't help but feel some relief at Furnius being back. Abira looked to me. I have a few things to attend to. Enjoy your catching up. He seemed somewhat cold, though I wasn't sure just yet why. Henry finished his cup of coffee with a sigh, crossing his leg to the other as he leaned back. My, is this what a healthy body actually feels like? Every day I wake up thinking this is just going to be a dream. I looked to him. It's well deserved. Tell me, how did you get back to the Sea People so quickly from Aeon Villa? It would have still taken 3 months, if not longer, since you usually walk, and it isn't like there's roads to the Sea People. Henry smiled slightly. Deserved? No, not in my eyes. I was able to go because of the drones. I had never had such an experience. The drones go from medical facility to medical facility with patients, but it also delivers people back home. I had asked her why they would send anyone home healed. It seemed a bit counterproductive to Threepwood's goals, but she said those that could be healed, she would convince him to send them home. Unfortunately, the downside of it was it helped the word spread by mouth that it was a place of healing. No matter the warnings Mila would give them, how could they believe anything otherwise than their experience? And even those who there is nothing that they could really do against such a facility. Now, is there? I mean, the drones in themselves are a massive amazement of technology. It's not like a mere man could just shoot one down. But nevertheless, it was simple enough to put in the coordinates and get me home. I even left against her wishes. I went home to my wife and children. I wanted to be sure they were well. I undid my own stitching when I was sure it was healed enough, and then not too long later, Billy arrived with one of his sky contraptions, as he calls them. Honestly, from his past, I'm shocked he'd even want to look up from the ground. Willem was an odd one. They had just been accepted by our herd. No one had heard of these strange sky people who lived in cliffs, some missing an arm, but it was all to the thanks of one balloon woman in the park. Perhaps there was more like her in the other parks, secretly trying to save others. I was brought from this thought by Henry, and to be made leader, that they call, what is it again? The leaders are not called leaders, but a Rufio. Ah, that's right, such a odd wording, and the unmarried are fairies. And they're saying, dust rises you up, and the wise ones are called robins, now I remember. And to top it all, he became a Rufio at 9. Well, that's just beyond me. What is he now, 16, 17? I looked to Henry. He just turned 19, if memory serves me. They have pages of a book that says, to some degree, boys that fly never grow old. Those who choose to grow old shall fall into the crocodile's mouth. So to them it's a sense that the leader should be the youngest among them as soon as they are old enough to fly a sky contraption solo successfully, Henry nodded. But still 9, though perhaps why they never caused much trouble for anyone. But they're much troubles now for the other parks, aren't they? I nodded. True, they have made a good dent. It's slowing down other parks. They are rather good at evading the AIs somehow. Henry smiled. Yes, that's their little secret, isn't it? But I suppose he may be their leader for some time, after all. There isn't any others that survived. The ballooning was there after him. I finished my own coffee. There were a few. But while the sky people's lives are harsh, to become a man there is trials in place, and many would take the life of an adult, so even for a child to attempt it, well, many don't. Make it to adulthood as they see it. If the sky doesn't choose them, then the ground must. Henry looked rather off-put. It is a rather strange life to think on, so different from our own. I nodded in agreement. I couldn't bear to think of that life for my own children. Henry took my hand, looking to me. Viddy, it is me. Ask any question you have, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. I know a lot of it is questionable, and I know it's hard to understand. It is hard for even me to come to terms with. I looked to him, his hand so warm on mine as I slipped it away. I know, but you can't blame me for extra certainties. You're just so different now. In a good way, don't get me wrong on it. I am happy for you, but you are very different. Henry smiled. Yes, I was rather ridged, wasn't I? But imagine lightning stabbing you in the stomach every few seconds. Nothing helps. Its sleep is broken by it constantly. It was unbearable. But I bared it for some many years. I gave Colt a demonstration, and even for him, it was rather hard. I looked to Henry. I think we should have you examined by Firefly. You will need to start on some cider more than likely. I've already talked to her, well, sort of. You see, I shared with Colt. Colt shared. With Firefly, it's rather like a chain of communication, so I already have my own cider and the measurements to take. So no need to worry on it. What Colt knows, I know for the most part. He does hide some things understandably from my view, as I do the same. Whatever possessed me to ask Henry? Like what? Henry slightly choked on his spit as he cleared his throat. Yes. Well, how should I put it? Family life and situations. I looked to him. Oh. The talks went on for hours as Henry spoke on many things until about midday when Henry stood his eyes blank. I stood going to him. Henry! I touched his shoulder. But he just stared. Henry! I yelled again. Finally, he shook himself from his mind. Sorry about that. Have you seen Abel about at any point before I came? No, why? Henry seemed to leave again, just staring, then he was back quicker. We need to find Abel and quickly. I asked, no time. Where might he be? At Lavender's, it's near lunchtime. We went briskly over to their hut. Sophia had screamed, grabbing up the triplets in their basket. Lavender and Abel were on the ground, foam coming from their mouths, their children crying. Reem holding to her mom. Henry picked her up, handing her a candy from his pocket, quickly. Hey there, little one. Reemy, is it? Here, your papa told me you like cherries. This is for you. Reem's eyes full of tears. She looked to him. Can you unwrap it? Her concentration shifted to unwrapping the candy as he turned her from the scene. I'm going to take her out, he whispered, as Firefly rushed in, looking to Sophia. Get them out of here. Sophia looked to me. I nodded, and she quickly ran from the hut. What's going on? I looked to Firefly, putting Abel on his side. Get Lavender to her side. Firefly's words were calm but fast as she put her fingers into Abel's mouth, prying his clenched mouth open as he spewed out blood and spit. Lavender's mouth was already open. Firefly looked to others, looking in. Are you mad? This could be contagious. Get back! Shut the door! Abira looked to her, then nodding in some secret understanding between them. He shut the door. Everyone did as they were told, backing away. She got up and locked the door. I looked to her. Is it? She just shook her head as Colt came to the door. Let me in, he said hurriedly. Firefly quieted herself a moment, then spoke out loud. It may be contagious. We need to wait to know more. Colt spoke again. We should take them to the underground away from the herd. Abira, I, and Henry can move them since we have been around them today. We should all quarantine. I was surprised at the idea who would run the herd. I thought to myself. Firefly spoke again. Tell everyone to go to their huts so it can be done. Sophia and Gretel, with some pushing, was sent down to the underground, the triplets given to her as well. As was Reemi through the long way, they were given the playroom. As the men struggled getting Abel in the underground the long way, William came up, grabbing a part of Abel, making the lifting easier. Colt looked to him. What, I've been around everyone, I might just have it too. Colt gave him an odd look, as William continued. Well, it's not like you will turn me away now, will you? It will give us more time to talk. Colt gave out a deep breath, nodding as they got him into the underground and into a bed. Lavender was carried by Firefly. We gathered our children, and before shutting the door, Colt went and spoke at our cabin door once we had a moment to go there. Rano, you are in charge till we know more. Keep up with the training. I looked to Colt. Rano, why didn't he get word to Marshall, or Ben, or anyone but Rano? Rano looked from the Bronco hut, bowing slightly. As it pleases my stallion. I didn't like this, not one bit, as Colt shut the door. Rano? I questioned. Colt looked to me. That is of little importance. We need to go to Abel and Lavender.